3, 2, 1.
It's morphin' time!
Welcome to the Tokusatsu Corner with your hosts, NyankyouGrave989, NightShadowTails, and Zero Master. It's space time, so let's morph in to the Tokusatsu Corner.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Tokusatsu Corner, your weekly dose of Tokusatsu. What's up? I am NyankyouGrave989, and with me as always are...
Knightshade, how's it going everyone?
And Zero Master, what's going on?
And welcome to this week's episode of the Tokusatsu Corner. And again, I apologize for the corner for coming up late. You know, we've been busy with stuff. But we will try to get them out regularly once again. So once again, I apologize, and to anybody who asked questions last time, then we didn't get to them, we'll get to them this episode. But anyway, let's move on to last show's trivia winners.
You mean 2 shows ago trivia winners?
Yeah. And the question was, Lord Zed had made evil rangers in season 2 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Dark Rangers, and I wanted to know their names and their corresponding colors.
Wait a minute. Were those shitty looking rangers?
Yeah.
Dark Rangers? Yeah.
Said... Oh.
And
go on.
The answer is... Justin was the red Dark Ranger. Zane was the black Dark Ranger. Bobby was the blue Dark Ranger. Tina was the yellow Dark Ranger. And Kristen was the pink Dark Ranger.
I love that the 3 guys' names are names of rangers that would come later.
Yeah.
Blake, Zane, and Bobby. I'm sure there was a Bobby, or at least a Robert.
I suggested not Blake.
I thought his name's Bob. Like, I don't give a shit. Come on, Bob.
Anyway, congratulations to Exodia the Forbidden One, 25, Shadra, 1985, jjduffany, shidohari, NinjaShadowTails, Prognemesis, and Decree for getting that question right.
Holy shit, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, and
So what's the score?
And we're currently tied once again between Exodia the Forbidden One and Blitzkrieg Dragon, both at 8 points each.
Oh wow. We can't have 2 people on the Tokusatsu Corner at once! You 2 shall fight to the death for us if you
It's getting
can
close to it's getting down to the wire, guys. Who's gonna be the special guest?
Who's going to be the first special guest? But anyway,
Yeah.
now it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for the Tokusatsu News Corner.
It's my favorite segment because I get to listen to Knightshade pronounce Japanese names.
I will murder you horribly.
From YouTube's World Tokusatsu News Headquarters, this is the Tokusatsu News Corner with NyankyouGrave989 and NightShadowTails.
Alright, thanks for that, guys. And first of all, the 5th rider of the Ryuki SH Figure Arts line has finally been released. SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Zola represents the super lawyer from Kamen Rider Ryuki. Super loyal.
Battle lawyers!
Battle Lawyers Warfare! The SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Zola stands 14 centimeters tall and comes with Maguru visor, shoot vent got Giga Cannon and Giga Launcher, and a couple of Advent cards. Interchangeable hands are also included. Unlike the initial SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Ryuki releases, it does not come with the Advent Beast. Aw, sad face. SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Zola costs 3,500 yen, or about $47.
Yeah.
Sad, no Advent Beast? I wanted my Advent Beast.
I wouldn't pay $47, especially for like a 5th rider.
out of 28. Probably.
Is there actually 28 in Ryuki?
There's like 20 something in Ryuki.
Fuck,
Is
it's
it?
gonna be hard
Jesus.
to follow when I watch Dragon Knight.
No, wait, that's it. It's 16.
16? Sweet 16! Oh!
That's an excessive amount.
Battle Lawyers Warfare 5. Anyway, moving on.
Still a better
Yeah,
game than
fish-
Modern Warfare.
Any game's better than Modern Warfare. Anyway, the official website for Bandai Games had revealed the upcoming All Kamen Rider Generations 2 will be coming into PlayStation Portable and Nintendo DS soon. PlayStation Portable? Wow, they're not porting into the Vita yet? Awesome. New characters are said to debut in the All Kamen Rider Generations sequel, including Kamen Rider Fourze, Meteor Skull, Kiryu Greed, Scorpio Zodiarts, and Kamen Rider Core. The official blog states that there have been a total of 100 characters featured.
Damn.
So wait, it's gonna be on PSP and DS? I thought it was just coming to DS.
Nope. PSP.
Oh, cool. Well, I might get it for PSP then.
I'm kind of surprised it's been ported to the Vita yet, but yay!
I'm glad they didn't, because from what I've heard, the Vita is not region free.
Neither is the 3DS.
Yeah, which is stupid. Damn it, developers, stop it.
And sad news, everyone. At 63 years old, popular Showa Tokusatsu actor Shigeru Akai, I hope I said that right, popular for his role as Shijiro Jion in Kamen Rider Stronger, died from pneumonia on April 14th in a Tokyo hospital. After an operation for throat cancer in 2007, the operation was a success, but his appetite dwindled, leading him to lose over 66 pounds, and his immune system suffered as a result. He appeared to be in good health, but this month he was admitted to the hospital. Somehow he was able to make it through the day, but his lungs were infected and eventually succumbed to pneumonia.
It's sad.
It is.
Sad.
Yeah.
But you know what? Death will only make him stronger.
I'm gonna kick your ass, you piece of shit.
It's true,
I'm trying
though.
to have a moment.
It's true, though. He is Kamen Rider Stronger, so...
True enough. And anyway, that's the news this week, guys. These articles and more were brought to you by JE Fusion, the Japanese entertainment blog. So go to JE Fusion for tokusatsu, movie, anime, music, video game, and entertainment news.
So, yeah. That's depressing.
And with that, we are now going to have our own little tribute to Kamen Rider Stronger in the Toku Music moment by playing the opening to the show, Kamen Rider Stronger no Uta, sung by Ichiro Mizuki, and we will be right back with your trivia questions. And once again, rest in peace, Stronger.
Don't you mean your viewer questions?
Fuck you.
の心身を高圧電パンチ男の命をかけてゆくその名は仮面ライダーストロンガ突っ走れ山越えてブラックサタンが滅ぶまで見ていろ電気のこの力カーッと燃えるぜ正義の心見よ炎の電気男の命をかけてゆくその名は仮面ライダーストロンガ
And welcome back to the corner. That was Kamen Rider Stronger no Uta. That was a good song.
It was a good song.
Yeah, I liked it.
And to bring things back up, it's that time of the show where we answer your viewer questions.
Aw, yeah.
And
let's do this!
we've got quite a few to go through, so let's start off, shall we? First question comes from question 801.
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
And he asks, after Hikunin Sentai Akibara Ninja, do you guys think that there will be a Hikunin Kamen Rider series?
I hope to God.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Actually,
they're doing such a good job so far. I would love to see that.
it's funny that you mentioned that because my brother and I were just discussing this yesterday. Like, because I had my Deca driver with me, I finally got my Deca driver anyway, and I had it with me. It's like, what if they did Decade where it was about a rider fan? He had to collect all the rider powers and give them back to the riders. It was like, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. I could see Toei doing something like that, but except not making it Decade, making it something better.
I hope they, I don't care what kind of theme or motif they do, just as long as they can pull it off. I mean, so far, Akiba Ranger's pulling things off very nicely, and I just have to, give credit where credit is due, because I thought this was going to sink, but this thing is just like a freaking Olympic athlete right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hope that there is a Kamen Rider version of Akiba Ranger, because it'd be a lot of fun to see a huge Kamen Rider fan spaz out and point out all of the different tropes of the various Kamen Rider series over the years.
Is it just me, or is anybody else expecting it to be a guy wearing a bunch of cardboard boxes that he painted?
I am a Gundam!
Look like rider armor.
I am a Kamen Rider.
Kamen Rider cardboard.
No, they can't take it that far. That's at that point they're just half-assing it.
Yeah.
At least here they put a lot of effort, in the suits and what we can salvage as a story. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's really good, but still.
Yeah. Next question comes from Convoy16, and he asks, do you guys think that the Akiba Rangers will officially team up with any other official Sentais?
Oh, I hope so.
I want to see a team up between them and Go Busters, because just to see the reactions of the characters.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned this briefly, but Hiromu would just be like, "You're not taking things seriously enough," and then Akagi would just be like, "Oh, you're Buster Red." He's like, "Yes, I am." But back to my point. Will you sign this? Oh, also chicken.
I personally, for me, Akiba Rangers team up with the Gokaigers. I have to see guys and Akiba Red's reaction.
Oh God!
Seeing each other, it would just make so much sense that two fanboys meet up and they're just like, ah! And they just point at each other with those goofy faces that they always make.
Bandai, make the Ranger keys for Akiba Ranger happen. Do it now!
Yeah. That'd be.
They need at least 6. They need at least 5.
Yokai change! Akiba Ranger!
Next question comes from Acid Dude, and he asks, "Hi, I recently saw the first episode of Kamen Rider Decade and Kamen Rider Double in a in a Japanese pop culture club, and found myself being interested in Tokusatsu. Would you recommend I continue with these series or not? Also, what series would you recommend to a Tokusatsu novice?"
I know Acid Dude. I've known him for a bit. So you guys mind if I make a suggestion first?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as bad as Decade is to most Toku fans, it's a good introduction, but just take it with a bucket of salt because the storyline doesn't make any sense. So you can keep watching Decade if you want. Double, a lot of people started with Double, so Double's a good one to start with. I don't know. Just like if you're gonna do Sentai, Gokaiger, I guess, because it pretty much goes through everything. The anniversary seasons are usually your best bet if you're trying to get into something. So I recommend, like, I know it's a shocker, but Decade is something you could actually watch.
Shocker.
It's quick. Yeah, it's it's something you could watch it doesn't really explain anything, but it's like a preview for what the other seasons have if you've never seen any of the other seasons. So it's a good starting off point, but the story's not.
I think an obvious one I'm going to recommend is Double, because not only is it a good series, it's also a really good starting off point because, like, it's a series that almost anybody can watch and they could get into because good story, great characters. The whole detective thing, it can really go a long way. And another one I would recommend would actually be Fourze, because Fourze is different from some of the recent stuff, being more lighthearted and comedic, but still very good story, very good characters, and it's really easy to get into.
Yeah, if I could interject for just a sec, O's is like that too. It's goofy, but it has a really good storyline.
And as for Sentai, again, Gokaiger, great starting off point because not only good characters, good story, it gives you basically a history lesson on the past 35 years of Super Sentai within 50 episodes. And another one I would recommend would be two others I would recommend would be Maji Ranger, which is Mystic Force in America. I personally really like Maji Ranger. I haven't seen much of it myself, but from what I've seen, it's really good, really enjoyable. It's just another fun-loving series. And the other being Shinkenger, if you want something a little more serious in tone. And yeah, those are my suggestions.
As for me, I'm going to go back a little bit more, and I'm going to actually suggest Faiz as a starting off point. It's a primitive time of technology, but if you go back and appreciate it, appreciate the technology that they're using at the time, it actually looks pretty cool, especially when their cell phones or whatever transform into like different weapons that they can use. And their bikes are a lot different from previous and newer model bikes, because they also either transform into mechs or they transform into like AT-ATs, like freaking Star Wars. We're going there. Some of them can even like fly, like some of them like transform into like planes and stuff like that. It's actually really fun to watch. I would also, I mean, you know, I'm kind of regret saying this, but well, actually no. Kiva. It's a good storyline. You're not gonna like the ending, but the beginning is really good. But you know, just be aware, ending.
It's not that bad. Get over it.
Well, it's not just
it's
not just the ending. The last act seemed to be kind of meh compared to the beginning of the series.
I liked the ending.
I didn't. I'm gonna suggest one more. It's gonna be Double. Same reason. Easy to follow, likable characters all around. And in terms of Sentai, Gokaiger for the same reason. Shinkenger for the same reasons. And yeah, Gokaiger and Shinkenger. Those are my two recommends.
Oh, actually, another one I would recommend would be Go Busters.
I can't say that yet. I have to see I have to see more.
Well,
I've seen 5 episodes of it and I like it, but I have to disagree, because I think Go Busters it's very Sentai like too. You have to, or it kind of feels like you already have to be into Sentai to be into it. Because we probably wouldn't have watched it if we weren't already into it.
Yeah, but it takes a different direction in terms of Sentai with how they use stuff.
You just like the fucking robot cheetah car, don't you?
I like the robot cheetah car, but this is it's not superhero time. This is something I will discuss a little bit later. But anyway, moving on. And yes, I do like robot cheetah car. Fuck you. Anyway, next question comes from jjduffany, and he asks, do you believe a Kamen Rider Double movie should have been made where Tsukichi, Kamen Rider Skull, is revealed to be alive so that he and Double can fight and use their catchphrase together?
Yes. Why would nobody want to see that?
That would be cool, but the fact that Skull dies, helps the story and helps Shotaro grow as a person and as a character, and it would help him become Double. And
you know what?
And if
Sorry, go on.
And if Skull was still alive, he would overshadow Double in terms of coolness and character, because he's already a badass character.
You know what sucks though? That fucking tease at the end of Double and Decade movie.
Oh yeah.
Fucking tease. So here's the thing. I know we say a lot of times we don't like Decade, and I know you guys are getting sick of Deno, but this is where Decade and Deno could help improve make sense of the movie, because they could either 1, go to another world, or 2, go back in time and do a team up that way with Skull. But it's not gonna happen.
No, sadly.
Unfortunately.
Probably for the best though, if you think about it.
Maybe an anniversary movie. Nah, I'm not gonna get into that.
Maybe like a solo Skull movie, but then again, he kind of had his own arc in the movie War Core.
That's true.
But, Knightshade, you didn't answer. What about?
The movie Warcorth? I would like to see that, but you know what? Like the other two said, Skull would overshadow Double, but I guess we could have him die. I mean, you could have Skull like just bite it, like in an epic way, and then Shotaro just is like, let me finish. You could have him bite it, and I mean, in contrast, like by the end of the movie, Shotaro could look more badass. I guess that's possible. Then so he could look a bit more badass than Skull, because 1, I mean, he's got 2 drivers, and 2, he's got Philip, so I mean, he's pretty well off. So I mean, I guess I'm conflicted. Yes and no.
I have to disagree though with the skull overshadowing thing. I don't think he would, especially if they do it where it takes place after they get the extreme memory. There's no frickin' way that it would overshadow it even. Not just I'm talking in power, but I'm talking in like, because the characters had grown so much over that period of time, that I don't think Skull would overshadow Double. I really don't.
That's because that's my concern. My concern is would he overshadow them?
Besides, they brought that up during the Decade Double movie, so I mean, I don't think it'll happen. I don't think it would happen that way. So, but anyways, yeah.
Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Alright, next question comes from NinjaShadowTails. And he asks, as you all know, Lord Zed's personal Zord, Serpentera, was destroyed by the most stupidest way possible. A flying motorcycle driving right into the Zord's mouth. While firing its laser, which destroyed a whole planet on his first rampage. And it got destroyed. Cause of this, I couldn't really enjoy the episode Forever Red, cause I wanted a huge Zord fight. So here's my question. Which Megazord would you like to see face and destroy Serpentera?
Oh my god. The Rail Rescue Megazord. That thing's a fucking tank. Oh, what's that? What's that? You're a giant dragon. Oh yeah, let me shoot you with every fucking gun that I have on me. Yeah, you're dead. You're dead. It has tons of guns.
Plus, doesn't like Serpentera run on AAA batteries?
My Deca driver runs on AAA batteries.
Lol. I bet it lasts longer than Serpentera.
I stole them from Serpentera.
But, I know this is kind of cheating because it's not a Power Rangers series yet, but I think the Gokaiger would give Serpentera a run for its money.
Oh my god, I just saw something. What if they do something with Serpentera in the Power Rangers adaptation?
That would be cool!
It's probably not gonna happen, but if it does, oh my god, that'd be amazing.
That would be smart, instead of having a fucking motorcycle destroy Serpentera. But
again, they had to do that.
Yeah, really a Kamen Rider killing him. That's why he died.
Oh, that was so stupid. Anyway, as for like an actual Megazord, that's a tough one. Maybe, oh, Q-Rex. Fucking dinosaur versus dragon.
My Q-Rex would use Dragon Zord for lunch.
For me, I'd probably go with either one of 2 Megazords. Call me old-fashioned, the original Megazord. I don't know what it's called.
Megazord.
Yeah, just Megazord.
That's literally what it's just called, the Megazord.
Wait, would you do the Megazord with becoming the Ultra Zord with Titanus and the Dragon Zord?
Yeah, that's it.
Let's shoot a bunch of lasers!
Laser light show of death!
Let's combine the toys together!
Or I would have to go with the, about to say the SPD, base Megazord.
Deca base?
Yes.
Fuck, that thing's huge too. It and the Rail Rescue, if they combined, they'd become Serpentera.
Yeah, those are the 2 that I would want to have, like one of the 2 that I would want to have fight Serpentera. Preferably the SPD, base Megazord. But, yes, the other Zord would be well.
You know what I want to see? I want to see the Kiva Rangers Megazord go.
But it's a car! How would a car possibly...
But it transforms like Deca Base does.
But it's a delusion!
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't exist!
It would kill it by dancing anyways.
Anyway, next question comes from Project Nemesis, and he asks, what kind of disturbing monster would you expect with a Kiva Ranger and their adult theme? Dick.
Dildo monster.
Pocket rocket.
Rapist.
Vagina in a cup.
But they've all been Shibuya
Giant-
so far.
Giant tampon.
They haven't done anything else.
You know, I almost forgot it wasn't a kids show, and until they started that thing that we'll talk about later.
Oh god,
Oh,
you
yeah.
when you said giant octopus, my first thought was Choodaloo. Oh god, they should fight Choodaloo, but yeah. Speaking
Any Bible black monster.
this is off topic, but have you guys seen that show Nyauko or whatever it's called?
No.
It's apparently full of dino references. It's apparently about an anime girl who's Choodaloo. I'd still fuck it.
Anyway.
I love how there's complete silence after that.
I'm just in awe because you're pronouncing it Choodaloo.
That's how I thought it was pronounced.
Cthulhu.
I thought it was Choodaloo.
No.
Whatever.
That's what I was like, who the hell's Choodaloo?
Yeah, I was like, is he Cthulhu? But anyway, actually, that's gonna be the question for this episode. What do you think they could possibly come up with for Kiva Ranger and their adult theme? Leave your answer in the comments below. Anyway, next question comes from another resident favorite, DKRE, and he asks, is it just me, or does anyone else get that feeling that Gamo, the red-eyed man, is only trying to create the horoscopes all just to take their switches for himself in the end?
Probably. I mean, we're talking about a Kamen Rider villain here.
Yeah, and it does make sense. He does have Scorpio and Cancer switches.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
waiting. I haven't seen anyone. How many horoscopes do there have to be? Main horoscopes. How many do there have to be? 12?
12.
So, alright, so yeah, I've only seen 5 or 6.
And one of them
And
hasn't
the others-
done fucking anything.
So what you're saying, there's just Faiz?
That was bad even for me.
Yeah.
And I like bad puns. That just hurt.
Oh, come on, it was awesome.
I will punch you.
You'll punch him, but you'll never see that hand
Come at me,
again.
bro. Anyways,
Kick you square in the taint. But
Let's keep going.
I think in the end he will absorb all of the switches to become one monster Zodiac, giant monster Zodiac.
the Galaxy Zodiac.
Pretty much.
Yep.
That's what I think is going to happen, at least.
I put my 2 cents in already.
No, I don't really have anything else to say. I mean, same thing. You'll probably just use all the switches for himself. It's probably what's gonna happen. I'd like it, if they did go that way, I would not be surprised. But if they did something else, that'd be good too. I mean, as long as it's not Blade. Oh, we got all these storylines. Well, we better fucking make something up at the last minute. Sorry.
I'm sorry, are you talking about Mass Effect 3?
The guys who made Mass Effect 3 probably watch Blade. Anyways.
Motherfucking displeased. Anyway.
No Mass Effect 3 spoilers here. I still want to play it. Okay.
No spoilers.
Okay. Last question comes from our very good friend Light09.
Oh,
Hey.
excellent. Wait, please come back on the show. Please. We miss you.
We love you long time. Anyway,
We miss you.
Under the curtain.
he has so many good questions, and I only get to pick one. Okay, let's answer this one. What do you think would have made Masked Rider successful in the US? Do you think it would continue on with Shin, Z-O, and J? If so, what Heisei seasons do you think would have been a flop over here?
They would have skipped Shin.
Yeah,
no.
There's no freaking
never.
way that they would have done Shin.
No shit. No,
They
oh my
would.
god.
They definitely would have skipped Shin. They would probably put Zedo and Jay together and try to take both movies and make like a 12-episode series out of it. That's what I would see them doing. Heisei Riders?
That would have been a flop.
Heisei Riders that would have been a flop?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you right now, if they did Kuuga or Agito, their names would be completely changed.
Oh, yeah.
We already have Dragon Knight, so that doesn't count. What would be a flop?
You know,
it's hard to say.
I'm not completely 100% sure about this, and I'm not saying this just to make Knightshade happy, but I don't think Hibiki would be able to go over well here in America.
Yes, because
You know what I just thought of?
What?
Let's say they were releasing them like they was still going like Power Rangers was. They were doing a Kamen Rider season every year. Saban was, or Disney, or whoever had it.
Mm-hmm.
If they did Kiva, because of the popularity of Twilight, they'd probably try to turn it into a vampire romance story. And that would kill it. I could see them going that route because that's what was really, really popular. It still is really, really popular. And you know what?
Wow, but it is.
That's what they would do, and I'm kind of glad that they didn't adapt Kiva because I know that's what they would do. There's no way Saban, Mr. Moneybags would let that go. Or hell, there's no way Disney would let something like that go. They would fucking like try to squeeze as much money out of Twilight as they could trying to adapt Kiva, and I'm so glad they haven't adapted that season because we don't need Twilight Kamen Rider.
No. Last time I checked, vampires suck blood, not dick.
This is true.
As much as I would like to agree on Hibiki, unfortunately, I have to say, and this will make Light very happy, unfortunately, I don't think Dino would do so well here, because you got like 4 or 5 demons trying to control this one dude, and although the suit designs look really cool, how would you theme that? Like, would it be like, oh, we're demon buddies, or like something gay like that? I mean,
the Imagine would have to get completely cut out.
Yeah, I mean,
or change to like Guardians.
Specifically, Momotaros, because he looks like the devil, and and 1, that could be considered Christian overtones, and 2, look what happened to Lord Zed. Like, he was too scary for kids, and they had to tone him down. There's no way after that they would even bother trying to get Momotaros or the other ones. They would just replace them with, like, I don't know, some guys in, like, medieval costumes, being like, we are your guardians, and we will help you fight.
Yeah, so that would be totally gay, and
probably fuck up Dino.
Yeah, that's something that probably wouldn't do well here.
Well, before we end here, the only thing I have to say is the only way I see Kamen Rider working in these days in North America is if they just made it an adult-themed show.
For teenagers or for people in their 20s.
But that's not as profitable, so I don't see Saban ever doing it. And who knows? There's been no new stuff about Power Rider. Who knows? They could still adapt Decade, and you know what? They might do something good with it, but at this point, there's like no plans for them to bring Kamen Rider over, and I don't see them ever having plans to. I mean, because Mass Rider just failed, so...
I had heard rumors of them like trying to bring over Kabuto, but that was like years ago.
Was that Saban or Disney, though?
I don't know. I just heard rumors of like...
Maybe it was the Dragon Knight guys. Maybe. But anyways, this is off topic. Continue.
But yeah, that was the last question. And hey, if you want your questions asked on the Tokusatsu Corner
by famous people like us,
we're anything but famous. But if you want your questions answered on the Tokusatsu Corner, send us an email at tokusatsucorner@gmail.com and include the username or whatever name you want to be referred to. But if you don't have an email for some strange reason, you can send your questions to myself, Knightshade, or Zero. And it's that time, guys.
Checking my watch. Oh my god. Knightshade, you checking your watch?
Oh yeah, it's superhero time!
And it starts now.
ゴーバスターズ来たー仮面ライダーフォーゼ出動せよスーパーヒーロータイムレディーゴー
Alright, to kick off superhero time, it's time for the Ranger recap with Zero Master covering Power Rangers Super Samurai. Zero?
Boo! Just kidding.
Love you too, Knightshade. Hibiki. Anyways, so today we're gonna talk about Super Samurai Episode 9. This is a Spike themed episode. Hooray! It's not that.
No.
It's actually not that bad. So, so let's see what happens. It starts off. Well, it doesn't start off with, but I'm skipping the first thing. Bulk gets in the mail an overdue rent notice. So, if he doesn't pay his rent soon, he's gonna get evicted, and that means Spike and Bulk will be out of a home. Spike is worried about this, so he decides that he's gonna go out there and get a job so he can help Uncle Bulk with keeping their house. Which it looks like
dark.
It's weird because it looks like a treehouse. What rent are they paying? But anyways, so this episode's monster, whose name is Duplicator, he attacks the area where Spike had recently gotten fired from, because they did a montage of him trying to get jobs and getting fired, kind of like they did in Masked Rider. But anyways,
Mass what now? I never heard of that show before.
Masked Rider.
Nope.
You know that show that was an
No.
adaptation of Kamen Rider Black RX.
No, not such a thing never happened. The only adaptation that
Then
happened
there
was
was
Kamen Rider
a little-
Dragon Knight.
And the
That
guy
was
who
a
played Mini-Me played Purpose.
So anyway, samurai shit.
Super Samurai, you mean?
Whatever.
AKA better than Shinkenger. What? I didn't say that. So anyways,
To get lynched.
come at me, bro. Just try it. Bring your oranges. Anyways, Mia tries to warn Spike, but he's too depressed to notice because he's like, man, we're gonna lose our place. Poor Uncle Bulk. So he could actually get a fucking job. But anyways, the Rangers take on Duplicator, but they're having trouble because he does sort of like a duplication illusion after image thing. I don't know. There's a lot of them and they can't find him. So anyways, after he retreats because he gets dried up, that's like a fatal flaw of this series. The Nihilists get dried up, like if they're away from the Zanzu River for too long. That happened in Shinkenger, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's such a dumb flaw. It's stupid. But anyways, after he retreats, Mia demorphs and goes to talk to Spike. Spike reveals that he's not having much luck finding a job, and that he's training to become a samurai. After hearing that, Mia tells Spike not to give up, because a samurai never gives up. So cheesy. But anyways, back at the base, the Rangers try to think of what they can do to defeat Duplicator's illusion. They come up with something, but then he goes to attack. So the Rangers engage him, and Antonio uses the Light Zord, or the lantern, to basically shed light and disperse the illusions. And with that, Mia activates Super Samurai mode and defeats Duplicator, which he then proceeds to grow. And I guess this is, I don't know if Shogun mode is a battleizer now, or if it just gets passed around. Was there a Shogun mode in Shinkenger? No, there wasn't. So I'm assuming it's a battleizer, but if this is a battleizer, this is the first time a Pink Ranger gets to use the battleizer. So, first time a girl Ranger gets a battleizer. So, Mia uses Shogun mode, and with all their Zords, they defeat Duplicator. And the episode ends with Spike and Bulk still not having a job, so hey, they get a job helping Antonio fish. And they're the ones who catch all the fish, and Antonio catches a boot. And my final verdict, this is a pretty decent episode. I mean, it was mostly focused around Spike, but I didn't mind that so much, because it actually, legitimately, gave the character a little more personality. So that's something great. Also, more night fights. I don't know what it is, but fights at night in Sentai or Power Rangers are cool. Like, first episode of Dino Thunder, or first 2 episodes of Dino Thunder, the one where they fight at night, that was freaking cool. And this was pretty cool, too. So, yeah, it was a decent episode. So, anyways, let's kick her off.
Alright. Now we insert dumb segue here. Over to Hikunin Sentai Akiba Ranger Episode 2.
You couldn't think of anything better than Kanji Horse, could you?
No! Nothing is better than Kanji Horse! Even
With
Robot
Super
Cheetah
Samurai
Car
over, too. No.
Even Robot Cheetah Car isn't better than Kanji Horse. But anyway, Akiba Ranger. Another good episode.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
And now we finally get, oh my god, so many things finally happened. We got to see the bear panties, and we got their car, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Go, go, go!
Well, we start off with Dr. Hakase explaining to the Akiba Rangers that their fight was all a delusion, that it was all in their heads, it didn't even really happen. And Akagi's like, what the hell, what's the point of fighting if this is all a delusion, if this is all in her head? So he quits the team.
She even shows them footage of from a security camera of them fighting nothing.
Yeah.
Which is pretty degrading.
It is.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I was actually surprised with this episode, like, they would do that. Especially with something that's supposed to be comedic.
Yeah, it just makes them look foolish and stupid and disturbed. Like, it actually makes them like, oh god, these guys need help? Like, are they mentally...
No, this is something standard in Akihabara. let's be honest.
It's kind of sad, actually.
Yeah. I was actually surprised. I felt really bad for Akagi because he actually became a red Senshi, and it was like a dream of his, and to find out that it was all a delusion.
That he looked like an idiot doing it.
That's like a kick in the balls.
Oh yeah.
That definitely would suck. Like I agree with that. That's like the thing is though, it does this does get improved on a little bit as the episode goes on, but so
then that begs the question: why bother fight at all? There's no real threat at all.
That's what Akagi is saying, because there's nothing to fight. There's no reason for him to fight. But anyway, moving on. Actually, there's one part I wanted to mention when Moegi's cat ears fall off. Her voice completely changed.
Show that clip.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's a clip.
あれ大盛りあと何が入るか4杯もですか2杯で十分なのに
イエローがカレー好きじゃなきゃいけないと思ってるならそんなことないから36選択で2人だけだから
早く言ってじゃん
私の猫耳が声変わった
はいよ
片付けない
あんたキャラ作ってたのそれ年上の人にあんたを呼びなさい年上23歳 OL なんだにゃ
じゃあさっきの片付けないが素なんだ
素かもしれないし素じゃないかもしれないにゃ
What the fuck? What?
Oh man, this is literally what I did. My eyes opened and my pants felt really, really, really disgusting. just like horror diarrhea. That's what it was. It was horror diarrhea.
I was
like
laughing
jizz
my
yourself
ass
scared.
off.
Oh, that was horror diarrhea, not jizz.
Diarrhea jizz. You jizzed and had diarrhea at the same time.
Oh god.
Tokusatsu Corner. We're classy.
No,
But yeah. Anyway, the girls here walk by an alley and hear about a DVD that's being sold that's supposed to be sold the next month, and
cover art or something like that.
I think it's supposed to be DVD, but it had a special cover where if you put the sticker on the cover, it looks like she's naked, and when you pull it off, the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in this series has happened so far.
Should I show a clip?
Yes.
Reluctantly.
Okay. Well, here's something else I'm gonna do. Right after that clip, I'm gonna show the one later that happens to hot evil person.
Yeah.
Because that needs to be in there too.
注目の特典は専用水玉コラシートだよ。これを貼ればただのイラストが一瞬で水玉コラにドリームチェンジ。
何あれ葵ちゃんらしい感じにして
さらにすごいのはこれを剥がすと元のイラストがすっげーな画像になっちゃうの。すっげ
何なんだよこれ。
何これありえない。
ダマコロビーム。
危ない。何すんのよ係長。罰として今月の給料なしだからね。なしだからね。もう。
部長。
So yeah, if you are a pervert, you lose your clothes. But I guess that's good for perverts.
Right?
Oh, and by the way, fun little fact, the actress who plays the evil scientist used to be a porn star.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was saying.
This is fitting?
Yeah, it is fitting.
I want to find her porn.
If you happen to find some of her porn, send us an email at tokusatsucorner@gmail.com.
Guys, just go to IMDb and Google her name. God damn it.
But here's the thing. She only has one name. Like, how, you know how hard it is, especially with fucking so many Japanese people in the country?
Just go to her IMDb page. I'm sure it'll be listed. But anyways, so they spot the other two. They spot Moegi and I don't even know what a Kiva Blue's name is. I forget. I can't.
She's so dull. That's why I can't remember her name.
It's even with characters I don't like, I at least try to remember their names, and I'm just so bad at names that I can't think of her name right now. Like Moegi, that makes sense. Akagi, I've heard that before. I don't. What's her name?
Mitsuki.
Mitsuki. Okay, so Mitsuki and Moegi are found by them, and apparently, this Shibuya is a different Shibuya than the one that they killed last episode. So there's apparently, by the amount of cards the evil lady pulled out, there's probably like 1,500 Shibuyas.
Well,
And
probably
like,
the same lengthy name.
lengthy name. They all have lengthy ass names. And another thing I have to point out is that even when pronouncing one of the Shibuya's names, Kiba Yell still has time to put in a nya at the end. Like, why? But anyways, so they fight the Shibuya monster, just the two of them. They have to go in the Grand Illusion to do it. And they start using objects that happen to be around them to fight off the salarymen. And but it doesn't work out so well because they need help. But Kagi doesn't want to go because he's like, just let them have their fun. I'm gonna go mope somewhere else.
Oh, and speaking of Akagi, we see something that lifts his spirits.
Oh, before that, we forgot to mention that he runs into the actor who played Bon.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And, yeah. Yeah, he runs into the actor who played Bon and has a delusion about Bon being like crazy about him being like, you should be like my new partner and stuff, which wouldn't actually happen.
Yeah.
But it's funny because the reason I wanted to mention that is because after the daydreaming that he does, the actor says, "I'm actually here for a Power Rangers SPD event," because that was
surprising.
It's actually still a thing or done in Japan right now, and he voiced SPD Red. They always get that's something cool that they do in Japan when they bring a Power Ranger season over. They get the Sentai actors to play the characters, so that's cool. But it's also kind of weird if you've seen both. But yes, that like I'm like heard Power Rangers SPD. I'm like, you know what? That makes sense because they're airing SPD right now. So, but anyways, later on, he's about to throw away his action figure morpher gun, but at the last minute, he turns around and it's Decker Red, telling him to go to an alleyway, and tries to tell him that he needs to see the light.
Yeah, he does it in like the worst fucking sign language I've ever seen anyone do anything with any.
And yet Akagi gets it.
Oh my god.
And then when he's about to be like, "Come on, man, there's nothing. It's all just a fantasy." He like drop kicks him.
Yup.
That was real. It wasn't a delusion. I met Decker Red.
America.
And so he goes running back. So he goes running back to the doctor, and they decide he decides to rejoin the team, and they have to go out, and there's an emergency. People are selling pirated DVDs, except in
SPD emergency.
And apparently, and I love how like when they switch to the news thing, it's just dull as ever. Like it's not really that big of a deal. People are selling pirated DVDs. That's the business or something. Yeah.
We're gonna stop them.
Yeah, and then the doctor gives them keys to her machine that they unravel. Should I show a clip of them like taking the tarp off?
Yeah.
Okay, clip here. So yeah, it's an Aoi 10 buggy or something.
Yeah.
It's an Aoi 10 car.
To the Aoi mobile. Away!
So anyways, they're driving and they get stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
And okay, I know we just showed a clip, but can we show a clip of how they form the Zord?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so clip here.
どうする？この車捨てて走る？
待て。あのデカベースだって特装機動でロボになれるんだ。もしかするとこのイタ車だって。
それいい！やってみて！だったらこれで！
おお、公認ロボにはなかった機能だ。
燃えるにゃ。
非公認変形。素晴らしい。夢の変形合体だ。イエロー。せーの。完成。イタッチャーロボ。
何？
科学戦隊ダイナマン以来の伝統だ。よし、登場。
ちょっと。私運転できないんだった。
よーし、まくるぜ。
ダメなんじゃないですか。
ああ、そうか。よし、これならいける。
So, they form the Zord transformation to battle mode by putting in Aoi-Tan's CD and turning it up all the way. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Oh, another part we forgot to mention.
So the
DKRE,
go ahead.
The DKRE was somebody that Dr. Hakase paid to try to get Akagi back, which is just fucked up.
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, why do you want him back? What do you want them to look like assholes in front of everyone again, or what? It's like, what the hell?
Well, there's more to it than meets the eye, as we're going to discuss here in a minute.
They're not robots in disguise, are they?
No. God damn it, Nathan. So anyway, they run into
robots in disguise.
They run into the bad guys again with their Zord, and they shoot giant business cards at them. But the Zord's main attack for defense is dodging by dancing.
Wait, someone's played Dance Dance Revolution.
Or watched Goseiger.
Rainbow!
Rainbow!
Anyways, they can't control their own Zord, so it runs away. Oh, okay. So, anyways, Cat, if you please not do that. They go to an abandoned, what is it called? Like, pier?
Yeah, it's a pier.
An abandoned pier, that's it, in every Sentai. And, they fight against Shibuya and more of the things, and it's still not going well. But guess who shows up?
DKRE?
You didn't let him do his thing.
Well, I didn't know if we were gonna play a clip or not.
I didn't know who was answering.
Why would we not play a clip to this?
I don't
Because we played a shitload of clips already!
Yeah, right?
Matter.
Just say guess who shows up and then you show the clip. Like, you don't even hint that you're gonna show the clip. Just say guess who shows up and then you show the clip.
Oh, I want to hear spoilers instead of that.
No. Do that. It's a lot more fun.
Spoilers is DKRE. There, you can cut that in.
惨めに非行に悔しい。ダメなの私たち。
そんなはずない。俺は公認様の期待に応えるんだ。うわあ！ほらよ。DKRE来てくれたのか。行こうぜ、相棒。はい。
お兄さんDKREは？バカな。
うわー！よっしゃ！はい。マグナム！あとは本当の相棒たちとやれよ。大それた力使ってみろ。DKRE。しゃあ！これがデカワッパーだ。渋谷小躍りなヒゲナガアブラムシ。
So yeah, DKRE shows up to help out the group.
And
The real DKRE.
But then he turns into a giant pair of handcuffs.
That was a weapon in Deca Ranger and SPD.
Can you say final form right?
God. Final form right. DKRE. This might tickle a little bit. Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Like that's all I would think I could think of when that happened.
You know what I have to say right now? Whenever they do their final attack with their guns, It looks like something that should be in like what do you call it? What was that one? Gokaiger. Yeah, that's right. Like, cause it looks like they're racing each other. It looks like the blasts are racing each other down to the finish line.
Street Saber.
I can see that.
You're like, here we go, Mario.
I don't mind that reference because Power Rangers RPM is actually really good. Anyway.
So yeah, they defeat Shibuya Shabba Dabba 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 Labba Dabba Ding Dong, and they return, and actually it shows what they were doing influenced what has happened in Akihabara. Like, it stopped the pirated DVDs. And it ends with the professor going, "How the heck did that happen? What just happened? How did Deca Red get there? He was it real? Or was it just a dream?"
What is this? I don't even.
Pretty much, that's what it is. So, yeah. So, final verdict, awesome episode.
Oh yeah, definitely awesome episode.
Very good episode.
What, it's not awesome, Nathan?
My highest is fucking very good, okay? Anyway, let's have a delusion over to Tokame Sentai Go Busters episode 8.
Oh, this was a good episode.
Okay, before we start, there's a trend that I've been noticing. For me, at least, Go Busters have been hit and miss. Like, but when it hits really well. But when it misses, the episodes are just mediocre at best. That's the problem that I see with the series. But anyway, on to the episode. Apparently the organization is developing a new machine for the Go Busters.
A new Zord, if you may.
Yes.
America.
So, yeah, but I forget what comes next. I watched this episode like 5 days ago, so.
Spoilers.
Ender disables the security stuff, and then he's off. And then Buster Blue meets an old friend of his from high school, and they're like, "Oh, you knew their dream," and blah 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 blah. Friendship is magic, and so forth.
No, it's not magic. It's fucking science. Get it right.
No, it's magic. Anyway,
science.
They explain to Ryuji's friend explains to the Go Busters that they're developing this new Buster machine, and the room that they're developing in cannot receive any sort of outside signals, so that it doesn't interrupt with anything or get hacked.
Including radio signals. So, yeah, keep that in mind. So, they see some information about it, or no, they don't see anything, do they?
They don't see... It has the code name, but I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Yeah. So, they're like, okay, well, just keep up the good work protecting this thing. So the blueprints are being protected, and a Megazord's being launched at them.
Because Enter used a drill.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the monster looks really cool.
Yeah. I love how he goes into a hardware store to get it. And also, there's one thing that we forgot to mention. Enter likes dressing up.
Yeah.
He's Mr. Dress Up.
Yeah.
Neo Moegi?
That's pushing it. But he always wears those fucking glasses every time.
Yeah, it kind of makes him stick out like a sore thumb. But people don't notice him.
Yeah. Well, who knows? So he dressed up. He had like 2 costume changes this episode. But yeah, so they're sending a Megazord, before they go out, they check to see if the blueprints are still okay, and they are. But
wait! Did we get to the part where everyone's running around outside, all chicken shit and stuff, and all of a sudden the Go Busters morph, and they say like, "Oh wait, there's Ender right there.
That
He's
was-
just fucking dancing."
That was way before.
I'm gonna say it now. He's just dancing in the middle of the courtyard.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, he's dancing in a guard's outfit, and I'm just
Enter?
thinking to myself,
Yeah.
yeah, he's dancing. Everyone else is running. He's just like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
My mind
Every
is just
damn
full of,
entering.
oh god, I hate you. I fucking hate you.
AIDS.
But anyways, so they check it out, and all of a sudden, the guy who's protecting it, Ryuji's friend, gets a phone call that he has to do something with it. So it's security, so they have to leave. But
Well,
wait a minute.
minute.
I thought cell phones don't work in that room. I see what he did there. So Ryuji's like, I'll stay back and make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. You guys go take care of the Megazord. They're like, okay. So they go out to fight the Megazord and it appears, but they can't fucking find it. It's like, where is it? We don't see it. It's not in the sky, not in the ground, so it's only one place it could be. The underground.
And they can't attack it because I'm guessing it's so deep underground.
It cuts deep underground. I could have made another pun and said it was deep inside the underground.
Anyway, giant robot cheetah car and giant bunny helicopter are at a disadvantage. And while this is happening, Ryuji sees his friend copying the plans for the new Buster machine onto a hard drive. And he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And his friend's like, "I have to do this because they won't let me do what I want to do." And he's like, "Bitch, you crazy?" And he was like, "No."
Pretty
No,
much.
that's
Yeah,
not
And then Buster Blue, and then the monster shows up, and Buster Blue was like, that's a nice computer you got there. Be a shame if something happened to it. Smash!
Yeah, that was badass.
He smashes the tower.
He could have removed the cable from the robot, but nope.
That would
Smashed the
that would not have been cool enough.
Yeah, so now that the monster can't download it from the computer, the only physical copy left of it is on that hard drive.
And then you see a pretty badass fight with just Buster Blue and the drill monster.
By the way, I want a Go Busters external hard drive. It looks cool. It has the Go Busters logo on it and everything.
That'd be pretty great. Apparently, like in the show, even the Go Busters have their own candy.
I want a package of Go Buster candy. I'm gonna look for it when I go to conventions this summer. But anyways,
the friend runs away with the hard drive, and he was still a bit conflicted whether to keep it safe or not. But when he decides that to keep it safe, guess who shows up?
Ender.
spoilers, it's Enter.
Your favorite character, Zero.
Fuck Enter. Go dance somewhere else with your bad French.
He takes the copy and just throws money at his face. Like a boss.
Like a
So
stripper, like he's throwing money at a hoe.
So what you're saying, Nathan, is he gave him lots of money.
Zero, if you were in Canada right now, I would punch you square in the balls.
Now, there is no need for such violence.
Nathan, you too.
Didn't we talk about this yesterday?
Why won't you stop? Continue.
Man, the weather looked really bad. Okay, so Ryuji defeats the drill monster and proceeds to team up with the rest of the Go Busters to form the Go Buster O. And they proceed to use their final attack to defeat the Megazord, which again, the the Go Buster Arrow was only there for like a minute, maybe, possibly less.
Yeah, I don't know why they are not putting it on screen for very long.
It looks cool, but yeah, that's my biggest gripe with the Go Buster Arrow. It's barely on screen.
Maybe it's the opposite effect from Gokaiger. The separate Zords were on screen for like 3 seconds just to form the Gokaiger.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get through this. The Megazord defeats the other Megazord, and we never actually saw what the Megazord was, so it's pretty unremarkable.
It's a bittersweet victory because they win the day, but their blueprints are now in the hands of the enemy. So, and so the guy who was Ryuji's friend comes back, and Ryuji's like, "I need you to come back because you're
yes. Now face your punishment like a man."
Pretty much.
And actually, I can't wait for the next episode.
Yeah.
Really, I really wasn't all that excited about this. I didn't really like it.
It's mainly because it's going to be focused on. Well, I could care less about Buster Yellow, but the fucking bunny.
Yeah. I'm actually like the fact that they're already talking about blueprints for a new Zord is getting me excited to see when the new Busters come in. I mean, this is thinking way ahead, but I have a feeling we're going to be seeing them next month.
Yeah, that's quite possible. But anyway, final verdict for this episode. It's a pretty good episode.
Awesome episode. I loved it.
Man, I'm going to say no. I didn't like this episode that much.
Alright, now it's time that we drill a tunnel over to Kamen Rider Foes, episode 31.
Yeah, now
shit.
Now this is worth.
I don't think I've ever had like such a reaction to Kamen Rider before, or any of this stuff. Super Sentai, Toku, whatever. Never had any kind of reaction to this, except maybe for once in Power Rangers, but that's another time.
Oh man.
Holy fuck.
God damn. Oh.
Okay, to start off the episode. When you go ahead, I'm still a little unblown.
They are testing new switches, and switch 39 and 40. So, they go to test 40, and Gentaro, like an idiot, it says danger, he keeps pressing it.
You know what, just play the clip. That's...
Yeah.
Fourze が完全になるのにまだ何か足りないというのか完全に機能している動くはずだ
So yeah, Gentaro's still an idiot.
Yup.
Good.
The same idiot that we know and love.
But Ryusei says something's going on at his old school. So Ryusei, Gentaro, Yuki, and Kengo go to investigate. And they meet an old classmate of theirs who transferred to the other school when Ryusei transferred to the space school. So, and they go to sit in class, and something's off.
You mean aside from the teacher's English?
Aside from the teacher's shitty English, something is off about the classroom.
English.
While that's happening, Yuki's at frickin' what is it? science club,
Space Club.
the space club, and she's complaining about them all being fat. I'd say, fuck you, Yuki. I like you, but god damn it, fuck you. So, yeah, so the secret gets revealed because one of them speaks to be like, we're not even supposed to be here, we're supposed to be in the judo club. And then Ares shows. Yeah, he falls asleep, and Ares shows up. And, just in the nick of time, as always, Gentaro shows up and be like, oh, the Ares Zodiac, this is the one Meteor's been looking for.
And
So they fight for a bit, and Ares is pretty freaking powerful.
oh yeah.
Like, he has the ability to stop Gentaro's connection with the Astro Switches. Like, at first they're like, oh shit, he's breaking Astro Switches, like they're just not working. But no, it's the fact that he's breaking the direct connection with him, because it hasn't really been explained, but you have like like it's the Fourze driver is connected to your, I guess, your bodily functions. So
if you take a shit, it'll know.
if you take a shit, you'll dehension and to have diarrhea all over. No, what I'm saying is because
It'll change
because
the
Ares
costume from white to brown.
because Ares controls like consciousness or whatever, it's like the easiest way I can explain it is it's like when Neji from Naruto pokes you with his point thing. He stops your all chakra from that area.
Finger bang.
So pretty much what it's saying is it stops the ability to use the switch in that specific section.
So his finger bang. Answer that.
Essentially, Gentaro gets finger banged by Ares.
Except it was with a staff.
He gets staff banged then. But anyways,
Ouch.
Ares is able to control everybody and make them go to sleep. So Gentaro's is not going so well, and he dehensions and falls asleep. As does Yuki and Kengo. But before that, Meteor shows up, and Kengo's like, Meteor? Oh, is he gonna fight him? Meteor just wants to know if he can control the sleep fully, like wake them up and everything. And then Meteor leaves, and Kengo's like, why didn't he fight him? So, yeah, everyone's asleep, except a couple people get Gentaro away.
And we see that Ares pretty much has the skull wrapped around his finger, and it has everything scripted out.
Like he's some kind of fucking director or something. So he's
directing a snuff film of the.
he makes Kengo and Yuki brother and sister, and Kengo have a crush on the gym teacher who's trying to teach English.
Can't read English.
This is hilarious. Like this is pretty surreal and funny. But Kengo's just like, of course, Kengo having a short temper like this, he's just like, fuck this, that's enough. Pretty much.
Screw you guys, I'm killing him.
And then so he takes them for a review. Gentaro shows up. And actually, he gets in a fight with Ares and actually is kicking his ass.
Actually, there's one thing I wanted to mention. That girl who is Ryusei's old classmate that they kept calling Ryusei's girlfriend, she played Kabuto Shiva in Shinkenger.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, I knew there were a lot of cameos from other Kamen Rider seasons in this, but I didn't remember that. Like, was it the girl who, was the hair Zodiac thing?
Yeah.
She was apparently in Blade, I think? Yep. So anyways, Gentaro gets at switch 39, and the stamp switch, and stamps Ares, and he's like, well, that didn't fucking do anything. 15 seconds later, boom!
Fucking explosion.
Yeah, it has a delayed explosion. So, that's pretty broken.
Yeah. Which
no.
Kind of like the giant foot.
Yeah.
We'll never see giant foot again, will we?
Shoot giant step, no. But and then so with that, Ares is really weakened. Gentaro goes into magnet states again.
Yeah.
And is about to finish off Ares when guess who steps in? Fucking
Kamen Rider Meteor?
Kamen Rider Meteor in
Beyblade.
Storm States. And starts attacking Gentaro.
And not just
starts
attacking him, kicking his ass.
Kicking his ass and starts spitting off stuff like, if you're really my friend, you'll do this, you'll die for me. He's like, wait, could it possibly be? And then at the last minute,
We had to show that clip though.
yeah, we have to show the clip of what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So yeah,
he's dead.
Gentaro's dead.
He got killed from somebody who he thought was his friend.
But,
and this happened in front of the rest of the Kamen Rider Club as well.
And he gets Tachibana dehensions in, by the way. Dehensions Meteor from the satellite. So they all find out who he is. And at the end, with Gentaro's dying breath, just to show how epic he is, he says, "You know, as long as it helps you out, I don't mind dying." What a fucking champ. Bravo, sir. Bravo.
You know what? Wow. You know
Oscar
what?
moment right there. Oscar moment.
Just for that, he's probably my new favorite writer. I mean, wow.
But, yeah, Gentaro's dead.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I almost cried at that point, and I hadn't felt that sad ever since the end of Double with Philip.
It gave me goosebumps.
This is actually a great contrast to what happened in O's when Birth faked his death. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I was not expecting this. I thought it was going to be a psych, so, anyways.
But he's dead. What's this going to mean for episode 32? But
so,
we'll find out next week. And final verdict, very good episode.
Awesome episode. I am in stitches to see what's next.
Epic episode.
Alright, now it's time for the advertising portion of the show where we whore ourselves out. And for this bit, I'm all by myself because time stuff. But anyway, if you're interested in watching Tokusatsu, check out Overtime Subs and TV Nihon. Overtime Subs usually being same-day subs, and they're updating on the latest in Tokusatsu, including Go Buster, Kamen Rider Fourze, and Akiba Ranger. and I'm pretty sure they're still doing Daimajin canon. And overtimes and TV Nihon usually take about 6 to 7 days to upload their subs, but they add more detail, they add more graphics and stuff, and yeah, they have a much larger library of tokusatsu under their belt. But if you don't feel like waiting for downloads on tokusatsu, or just don't have enough room on your hard drive, check out Henshin Fever on Facebook. Just do a Facebook search for Henshin Fever, and they have a large library of Kamen Rider and Super Sentai on demand, as well as a couple other stuff. And yeah, go check them out, give them a like. And also, speaking of Facebook, like the Tokume Sentai, Go Buster, and Kamen Rider Foes fan pages. Great pages, run by great people, awesome community. They update on when episodes are up, they update on news, rumors, fan art, really good fan art that I've seen. Yeah, go give them a like, and also spread the word about the Tokusatsu Corner. Let them know about the Tokusatsu Corner. We want to appease a lot more people, and yeah, we want to make this as big as we can. And if you're interested in Tokusatsu toys, check out cstoysjapan.com and HobbyLinkJapan at HLJ.com. Two great sites and two awesome distributors of Tokusatsu toys. And also, if you like Asian music, check out 91.8 The Fan, where they have a whole bunch of Asian music ranging from Japanese, Chinese, Korean, whatever. They also have video game music, stuff from like the Megas and Breathlefloss. But more specifically, listen to Henshin a Go-Go, hosted by our very good friend Bobby Henshin. And it's every weekday, and check it out. Check it out. Let them know that you're a Tokusatsu fan, and that you're giving him 100% of your support, because he's a great guy, he helps us out, and we want to help him out. And also, if you have a Twitter, like us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at Tokusatsu Corner. Still haven't gotten around to updating it yet, but I promise it will be updated soon. And yeah, give us a like. We'll try to update with news and other random stuff that we come up with. And also, don't forget, we have a download link for the audio version of this show below. And we're also on iTunes and the RSS feed. Just search for iTunes, just search for Tokusatsu Corner, and you'll want to choose the Tokusatsu Corner that has our latest icon. And it's not fully updated yet, but it will slowly be updated very soon. I'm working on that. And also, a shout out to our sponsor, Game On. Game On is a little card trading shop owned and operated by our very good friend Chicken Wings. I suggest you go over there if you're into Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically. He has great stuff. I got a few cards from him. A couple of my friends have got a few cards from him. Great quality. And yeah, go check it out, because we here at the Tokusatsu Corner support Game On, because when you game hard, you game on. Also, since you're watching this on YouTube, check out our YouTube accounts. Check out my YouTube account, NathanGraves99, for the Tokusatsu Corner and Let's Plays. Still need to work on a new one, but Assassin's Creed 2, yeah. Check out Knightshade's channel for Kamen Rider fan dubs, and check out Zero Master's channel, more specifically Zero Master TAS, for his parody stuff, including O's Snap, his Kamen Rider O's parody. And also check out our very good friend Light09's channel for his Aquarian Abridged. And also check out Pasty White Coder for his Kamen Rider O's Android app, the soon-to-come Fourze app, and various other coding stuff. And if you have suggestions questions, answers, song requests, anything in particular, send us an email to tokusatsucorner@gmail.com, and again, include the username that you want to be mentioned as. And we have reached the end of the show, and next week is the end of the month, and that means it's gonna be Toku Trials month, Toku Trials time. Last month we talked about Zero talked about Daimajin Canon, and next week we are going to be talking about Garo, due to the popular vote. And once again, you can go ahead and submit your Toku Trials suggestions for the month of May. And remember, there will be a list below of stuff that we've already seen, or I've seen at least 5 episodes of. And if you're suggesting a Toku Trial, you have to give us a source to where we can have this, and it has to be English sub so that we can actually watch and understand what's going on. And yeah, we'll see what we get to discuss next month on Toku Trial. But now we've reached the end of this episode of the Tokusatsu Corner, and we'd like to thank you for joining us here at the Tokusatsu Corner once again. Your 40 to 90 minute dose of Tokusatsu. And yeah, now it's time for the Tokusatsu Corner trivia. And this is also going to be in tribute to Kamen Rider Stronger. And the question is, there were different actresses that played Tackle, Stronger's sidekick, obviously in Kamen Rider Stronger, and her debut and her appearance in the Double Decade movie. Now, the question is, what's the name of the actress that played Tackle in the Double and Decade movie? Now, you could send your answers over to tokusatsucorner@gmail.com, and please include your username once again. But if you don't have an email, again, just send it to our YouTubes. And yeah, we've reached the end of the show. And man, it's always hard to end these shows, especially with the rate that we were going. It was a lot of fun, and I want to thank you guys for listening in once again. And we'll see you again next week. So, for the Tokusatsu Corner, I'm Nathan Graves 989 for Knightshade and Zero Master, signing off.